Hey everybody, I did not plan on making two videos today, but I couldn't help but see, going through, social media and reading the news, seeing the very high level and degree of anxiety and panic throughout the population right now. You can almost feel it. The air is kind of heavy today. Um, and I wanted to just try and share some of the things that help me. You know you're having a panic attack when your heart starts racing. You feel like you can't catch your breath. You get tingly. Your vision starts to go out. Your ears start ringing. And then if you're really unlucky, like me, you get incredibly, incredibly nauseous. And your body says you're going to vomit right now. And you really don't have a choice in the matter. Well, the problem I've had is I don't vomit. I just get horrible waves upon waves of nausea. And I've tried the things you find online. Splash water on your face, put a cold, wet napkin on the back of your neck. Find things you can see, hear, touch, feel to, bring you back out of that panic, or depersonalization or derealization or dissociation. That's supposed to work for those too. You can put a little rubber band around your wrist that you can pull and snap to try to snap you back. I've tried everything, and it got to the point where my psychiatrist, many years ago, diagnosed me with panic disorder. And I know quite a few people have that. You might have generalized anxiety disorder, or GAD. You may have public anxiety, like going in front of a bunch of people or going somewhere where you're surrounded by people causes anxiety. I do in that respect as far as my PTSD is concerned. I'm always on guard. So being in places that have a lot of people, a lot of noise, entrances and exits, I like to be aware of all of those. But ironically, so does my husband. So we have each other's back. We like to say, I got your six. So no matter who is sitting which way, we're watching for the other person. And it totally works out for us. But I kind of wanted to come on here and be super transparent and maybe help you guys before you get to where I got. So recently, I would say within the last year, my panic attacks got so bad while I was out that the only thing that would stop them would be to literally ground myself. I had to lay on the floor. Yeah, it's as embarrassing and as gross as it sounds. I had laid on the floor of the family bathroom at Target for almost an hour and a half at one point. Everywhere I go, or previously I took a sweatshirt. I live in Florida. I would use it as a pillow because I would have to lay on my side, ball my knees to my chest, hug my legs, and say my mantra, I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, over and over again until I could slow my heart rate down. I could kind of catch my breath and work on sitting up. And once I was sitting up, I had to wait and breathe and catch my breath. Mantra, okay, stand up. And I think I got completely overwhelmed, and laying on the floor, I thought about this the other day, does quite a few physiological things that help you recover. When you're laying on the ground, it's colder. So it helps to slow your body processes down. It'll slow your heart rate and your breathing, because the colder it is, your body slows. So it helps, even that ambient cold coming from the floor. If you're laying flat or even on your side in a recumbent recovery position, if you can lay on your back with your knees up, however you need to do it, it makes things easier on your cardiovascular system, so that Your circulation can catch up. Your heart doesn't have to work so hard to pump all that blood up and down. So your heart's racing while you're sitting or standing up. If you're laying down, it kind of gives that some relief. It gives you time to catch your breath, because if your circulation is better, you're getting more oxygen carried to your from your lungs to your heart to your blood through your body, and your breathing can slow down because your demand for oxygen is not as high anymore. And it slows down that vasovagal nerve simulation of being nauseous. It slows that down too. And you know what's awful about it is I can get everything under control laying down, sitting up, standing, but as soon as I walk out that bathroom door again, to the thing that's triggering me that I don't even know what it is. I mean, there is a book called The Body Remembers, and that's true, because I can go somewhere and be absolutely fine and all of a sudden have a complete meltdown panic attack, and I don't know what caused it. I could have seen something, heard something, maybe smelled something, maybe someone said a certain phrase or, word. I honestly don't know. I wish I knew what was causing it, because then I could combat it, with my conscious mind. But my subconscious takes over, and there's that meme. It's like, how do I convince my brain I'm not being hunted for sport? Because that's literally what it feels like. So I now, I take medication, and I finally, because it was bad, it was so often that if I couldn't get to a family bathroom, I would just lay down on the floor of the handicap stall, and other women could see me, you'd see someone laying on the floor. Are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just nauseous because I'm pregnant. I'm not pregnant. Was nauseous. But I mean, I thought it would be weird to say, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just nauseous and having a panic attack. Like, that's not something you would be ready to walk into a public bathroom and hear, because it's like, they don't know how to help you, but other women know how to help women who are pregnant and having morning sickness or nausea, right? That's fine. That's, societally, that's easier to swallow than I'm having a panic attack, because then they are like, oh God, what do I do? And probably just going to run out of the bathroom. I wouldn't blame you. But it got that bad, so I told him, and he's like, look, I wish you had told me sooner. The medication I take, I like to make analogies. It's my emergency inhaler of panic attack medications. So, someone with asthma, they generally have their mainline inhaler, their baseline. They use it every day, every morning as a preventative. It works like that with psychiatric medications. You have preventatives and things that keep you on the, clean and narrow. And then there are the medications where you come into contact with an irritant, like say with asthma, and all of a sudden you're having an asthma attack. Well, you have an emergency inhaler for that. If you have an allergy, you can take Benadryl, but then if you eat something you shouldn't, you have an EpiPen for that. Well, it works the same way with anxiety and panic. We have our emergency medications. He told me to start carrying them in my purse, and I hadn't done that because it's a class of medication that is pretty controlled. It is my prescription, it has my name and everything, but I just never wanted it to become an issue. So I always just left it at home. And I generally only took it at night to help me go to sleep, because my brain doesn't like to shut off. It likes to make me get up and recheck all the locks in the house and all the windows and make sure my daughter's still breathing and all these crazy things. I say crazy. There are things that will not shut up about unless I make it. So that's what I'd been using it for. And he said, no, with everything going on in your life, there are a lot of added stressors right now. You need to keep it in your purse. And he said, on top of that, I'm going to give you some Zofran so that you're not suffering. He doesn't want me out laying on the floor of God knows where. And I thanked him for that. And at home, though, I do on occasion still lay on the floor, because I know I can self-regulate that way. It's taken years of this, of symptoms coming and going, but generally just being added to. So it's racing heart, can't catch breath, losing vision, ringing in ears, tingling feeling from your fingers all the way back, like, and then it was, derealization, like to where I exited. It's really weird. It's like you see yourself, but you're not within yourself. I was removing myself that far from that panic. That, you're getting into trouble there, because that can just keep going the wrong way. And we don't want that. We don't want that. We don't even want to be laying on the floor, but that's where I got. So if you've ever done it, if you've ever had to do that, you're not alone. I'm sorry. It's gross. It's awful. I always, rushed home, showered, did my laundry. I'm not proud of it. But I did what I had to do to get through that situation, get home, and regain control of my composure. Not everyone has severe panic attacks. And for everyone that doesn't, I'm so happy you don't, because they're truly awful. But I figured it would be okay to come on here and tell you, with everything going on, if you do feel this panicked, this helps. Even if you do it at home, come up with a mantra. Start there. I know mine is simple, that I'm okay, I'm okay. And that's from my past. That's from situations I had been in. And, sometimes it alternates from I'm okay to I'm safe, or it'll, go back and forth. I'm safe, I'm okay. I'm safe, I'm okay. And remind myself, because I don't know what triggered it, but boy, do I know it's kicking my ass. So, whatever it is, I'm safe, I'm okay. Oh, God, I really would like to share more, and I think I could do this better in another video about PTSD and its demands. I know that sounds weird, but it does have demands. But try those things. Try the rubber band around your wrist. If you start to feel even just a little bit of panic, snap it, because sometimes that'll pull you out of it. That little bit of endorphins right there, that can do it. If it works for you, find the things you can see, hear, feel, touch. That tends to try to bring you back in to a reality state that is sometimes one where you're not panicking. If you have floated outside of yourself, like I have done before, I have really had to reach hard and do that and pull it back in. With dissociation, it's harder because most of the time you don't even realize you're doing it. So how do you know you need to pull yourself back in? You don't. But that's what my husband is for. I can give you some tips on that too in a later video. But splash cold water in your face. Put cold water at the base of your neck. Stand at the sink and put your head down. Face your head down. If you have to, sit down on the toilet and just put your head between your hands like this, as low as you can, just like this, and down. I know that's not great, but it helps slow down your heart rate. Close your eyes. It sometimes allows you to hear your heartbeat, slow it down, get in tune with your breathing, stop the ringing in the ears. Because when you're in a bathroom stall, when you're out in public, that is now your space. That helps to know that you have your own space in a public setting. Once you're in that stall and you lock that door, that's yours now until you can control what you need to control. But yeah, I got to the point where none of that was working. And literally grounding, literal grounding is what I had to do. And I cannot overstate the importance of getting out in nature. Any chance you get, even if it's just a little city park. Sit out in nature for a minute, because when you're having those moments of panic, you can kind of close your eyes and draw on that. Just think about being out in the sun, sitting on a bench, listening to the birds, feeling the heat of the sun. Think about a place where you feel safe, even if it's from childhood. Mine is a memory from childhood, and it always works. But I hope any of this has been helpful. I know the world is busy and loud. And you know what? It's not going to stop or make room or accommodations for us. We have to learn how to manage ourselves. We can't assume and demand everyone around us change for us. It's not the way this works. We need to be in control of ourselves, even with really hard diagnoses and situations and pasts. It can be done. But I hope this was helpful. And I'll do another video as soon as I get a comment suggesting a topic or I see another thing in the world that I feel needs to be addressed. All right, you guys, have a great night. Remember to breathe.